All right, we're up to week 5 in the NFL, and my predictions are, well, they're predictions, and in some cases they're good, and in some cases, why couldn't Cleveland hold the lead? Because they're Cleveland. Okay. The bye this week goes to the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Chicago stays 3-1, Tampa stays 2-2, and they're good. During that bye week for those two teams, however, there are 15 other games going on, including Indianapolis at New England. The Patriots are back. So the red asterisks are the teams that are being favored right now. They're the favorites to win. And I am perfectly okay with New England being a favorite because I kind of sort of agree. I think New England should be able to win that one. I don't think it's going to be necessarily close because New England looked angry last week, and I don't see any reason why they won't be angry again this week. Tennessee at 3-1, they're favorite at Buffalo, who are 1-3, and again, I'll go ahead and agree that Tennessee is likely the favorite. Buffalo's pride has to kick in at some point, though, right? Doesn't it? A little bit? No, not yet. Okay. So Tennessee going to 4-1 would be huge for them. Titans would then be in pretty good spot to make the playoffs. Atlanta, they're 1-3. They're in against Pittsburgh, who are 1-2-1. This has been a miserable season for Pittsburgh already. 4 games into the season, and they've won 1. And that tie against Cleveland is huge because instead of being 2-2, they're 1-2-1. So everybody else is kind of ahead of them. And now they've got Atlanta coming in. Atlanta's 1-3. Atlanta's played relatively well. I'll go with the upset on this one. Just to be contrarian, I'll say Pittsburgh's misery gets worse, and that Atlanta pulls out a win on the road, and I know that's likely not going to happen. Denver's 2-2. They're at the Jets. The Jets are favored at home. They're 1-3. I somewhat agree with this in that I think Denver got off to that nice quick start, but I think the Jets are off to a slow start, and I think things kind of even out, and both of them are 2-3 coming out of this week. Neither team are going to be happy with a 2-3 record. Kansas City's 4-0. They're at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 3-1. I don't see teams staying unbeaten for a whole lot longer, so I'll go ahead and take Jacksonville and in a mild upset over Kansas City. The Jags, I'll say they keep pace with the Tennessee Titans. Yep, absolutely. Because again, for whatever reason, these two teams I mix up. I mix up Tennessee and Jacksonville regularly. And I'll say their record stays the same because that way I get even more confused. Green Bay is 2-1. They're in against Detroit. Detroit's 1-3. And I honestly, Detroit, I don't know. They should be better than this. They really should. But it's Green Bay, and it is hard to bet against Green Bay. Baltimore, they're 3-1. They're in against Cleveland. Baltimore has a history of beating teams I cheer for. That being said, it's because I don't really cheer for Baltimore. But Cleveland, hard luck this past week, right? They probably should have been 2-1. Instead, they're 1-2-1. I'll go against every bit of sense I have left in my brain and go with Cleveland over Baltimore. I'll go with Cleveland. Absolutely. 100% I'll go with Cleveland. I'm going to regret that like I did last week. The New York Giants are at Carolina. Carolina's 2-1. They're coming off the bye week against the New York Giants. The Giants at 1-3. It's going to be a long season for the Giants. And Carolina, I'll take them at home with that one. Cam Newton, yeah, I'll take them at home in that one. Cincinnati's 3-1. They're at home against Miami. Cincinnati's 3-1. Miami's 3-1. I think this game is going to be close. I took Cincinnati to win last week. I'll go against that this week, and I'll take Miami. Miami's coming off of an embarrassment. So you've got to bounce back from that embarrassment, right? And that would push Miami to 4-1. We'll see if that's fool's gold or not if they do that, because the other option is Miami loses, New England likely wins at home against Indianapolis, and suddenly they're both 3-2, and Miami's fast start is kind of forgotten already. It's how it works with football. You get that start, and it's like, oh, New England's falling out. It's finally going to happen. New England's going down. Nope. Oakland, they're 1-3. They're in against the Chargers. I'm not going against the Chargers on that one. Oakland's 1-3 record doesn't scare me, and the Chargers should be better than 2-2. So I would expect that to kind of shake out, that the Chargers get to 3-2 and Oakland drops to 1-4. Arizona, San Francisco. You know, it's interesting. San Francisco's favored in this one. And I understand why, because Arizona's been miserable at 0-4. And I'm going to go ahead and take San Francisco. But I think this game's going to be close. It's one of those misery battles. And I think San Francisco wins the battle of misery, but I would not be surprised to see Arizona win that one. Just because. Minnesota's in against Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles are 2-2. Minnesota's 1-2-1. And again, Philadelphia, Super Bowl champs, but they've underwhelmed at points, and I think I think Minnesota's better than their record shows, and I'll take Minnesota for this huge upset. Does it happen? No. I'll take it because I think an upset is due. And while we're at it, the Rams at 4-0. One of those at least is lucky out of the 4. And Seattle at 2-2. I don't think Seattle's done yet. So I'll take Seattle to win that one over the Rams and drop the Rams to 4-1. Because I don't think Seattle's run is 100% finished yet. If they lose this and they go to 2-3, it probably is. And the Rams at 5-0. That would definitely give them a very, very good shot at winning the division. So I'll go ahead and say Seattle keeps it interesting by winning this game. And the Rams drop to 4-1 while they go to 3-2. Dallas is at Houston. I'll take Houston. Houston won as I had hoped they would. And I think Houston's better than their 1-3 record. And Dallas is in some trouble. So I'm taking Houston in that one. And on the Monday game, it's the Washington Redskins coming out of a bye week to go in and face the 3-1 New Orleans Saints. Now, the bye week, it's a nice rest early in the season. But I think that with the long week for New Orleans, I think that kind of takes away any advantage Washington might have had. I think that extra day off, kind of nice to have. And I think when you got Drew Brees as your quarterback, it's more than you necessarily need. So I'll go ahead and take New Orleans in that one. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. My highly uneducated, uninformed predictions being as fun as they are. And it is always a fun season in the NFL because, again, we're at the stage now where things do start to separate. Week 4 is usually the separator week. I honestly think it's week 5. I think that's where you see the 4-1s, the 1-4s, the 0-5s, the 5-0s. You start to see a separation that can't be overcome. And that's where I think we're headed with some of these teams this week. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just tapping upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.